So another question based on IAS 16 surrounding property, plant and equipment. So this time a company has purchased a delivery van on the 1st of January 2018 for £40,000. The van has a useful life of 8 years and it is depreciated using the straight line method of depreciation. On the 1st of January 2022, the company revalued the van to £12,000. You are asked to calculate the revaluation deficit and the journal entry the company should record if the van had an existing revaluation surplus for £5,000 in the revaluation reserve account. So to tackle this question then, the very first thing that you're going to have to do is to calculate the depreciation charge per year on this van. So we knew that it cost £40,000 originally. So we're going to take our original cost and then we are going to divide that by the number of useful years we would expect that van to be in existence because we're depreciating using the straight line method. So we're going to divide that by 8 years to get our annual depreciation charge of £5,000 per year. So we bought it in 2018 and we sold it in 2022. That means we've held that van for 4 years and therefore we would need to depreciate that for 4 years. So I'm going to times my £5,000 annual depreciation charge by the 4 years, which means that that van should have accumulated £20,000 depreciation during its lifetime with me. I, of course, need to now work out what my carrying amount is, as I usually would, as if there was no revaluation as at the 1st of January 2022. So I'm told that my carrying value of this van is going to be £40,000 less the £20,000, which is of course going to give me £20,000 as my carrying value. And all I did there was my original cost of my vehicle less my accumulated depreciation, and that's what I would expect my van to be worth at the date of sale. However, we are told that the company revalued the van to £12,000. All of a sudden, it came down by a further £8,000 than what we had originally expected. So our revaluation surplus here then, what we need to be thinking of is how much has that gone down by? So we want to do our carrying value compared to our new value of £12,000. So it's minus £8,000 there. However, we are told that our revaluation surplus account already indeed had a positive figure of £5,000 in it originally. So positive £5,000 was my opening balance for my revaluation reserve, whilst this minus £8,000 is indeed in relation to just the van. So in order to record this then, what I'm going to do is, because my vehicles account we know is usually a debit, I'm going to have to credit £8,000 to my asset account of vehicles because I would have had the van valued at £8,000 higher than what it actually is at this date. I therefore need my debits to add up to £8,000. Well, my revaluation reserve, I already know held £5,000 in it because that's what the question told me. So all I've got to do is transfer that directly down. But I now need that revaluation reserve to reflect this £8,000. So what I'm going to do in my loss on revaluation, I now need to enter the difference being £3,000 in order to act as my balancing figure, because my revaluation reserve was already on the debit side, showing that I already had a loss previously. So to counter the balance, all I do is enter that £3,000 into my loss on revaluation account.